Wild, weird, amazing, and caught on video. This week on Wild and Weird Amazing Videos, we just got a little wilder. Set 'em up, Joe, at Thailand's first oxygen bar. That's a breath of fresh air. Go to Italy and see knights tilt at a metal dummy. Joust in time. In Singapore, wait for your flight while you watch a live at the airport game show. Who's in jeopardy now? Kung Fu fighting with an ice cream scoop. Our videos are not just wild and weird, they're dangerous. These are the heroes. These are the sportsmen and women, mainly men, who don't mind taking any amount of punishment. Lutzes, we salute you. The Olympic Committee is considering making clumsiness an event. If they did, believe you me, you'd be looking at some gold medal contenders. I could have been a contender. No, you couldn't. Not like this. No, Adrian! It's the underdog we root for in our sports. How come we don't feel sorry for these guys? Thumbs down. Feed him to the lions. They're rough and ready. Ready for what? Ready to end in disaster. These are the men without a team, the unwanted, the unloved of sports. Man, I hope the halftime show's better than this. Okay, boys, let's pick a fight in this oxygen bar. As pollution levels continue to rise in Thailand's capital, Bangkok, some residents have found a way to escape the smog at the country's first oxygen bar. Surprisingly, oxygen bars have already proved popular in places like Japan and Hong Kong, but now it's Thailand's turn to breathe in the fresh air. The country's first oxygen bar opened to the public inside a busy shopping center in the heart of Bangkok. The bar provides customers with a 20-minute hit of scented oxygen for about $4. During their time attached to the oxygen tube, customers are able to listen to relaxing music and have a cool drink. General Manager Budsity Sukantalak says she doesn't believe the oxygen alone benefits customers, but rather the whole package her bar provides. They can sit, relax, and have a cool drink and oxygen while listening to sounds of nature. Customers can choose which scent they wish to breathe in during their 20 minutes on the oxygen machine. The fragrances include lemon, eucalyptus, geranium, and lavender. Budsity says the bar gets about 40 customers each day, Thais and tourists who want to escape the Bangkok heat and smog. Pollution levels remain high in Bangkok. A recent study found emissions of nitrous oxide and other nitrogen oxide gases from cars in the capital was estimated to be 527 tons per day, with the amount of carbon dioxide produced by Thai vehicles accounting for 20 to 30% of total carbon dioxide emissions. Budsity believes it will not be long before more oxygen bars open up in the city. Of course, this dude's wearing a mask and looking away from the camera because he's a fugitive. The giostra is the most famous medieval show in Italy. As in the days of the brave knights, man and horse gallop at high speed to tilt at a metal dummy. Let's travel back in time. Near Arezzo in central Italy, a young rider is training in practices of bygone days. Alessandro Vanozzi is a giostratore, a jouster. Today he will be carrying the dreams of his neighbors on the end of his lance. It's a big responsibility. You always try to do your best to keep your cool, even if it's difficult. It all depends on your character, and with my character, it is sometimes hard for me to find the necessary aggression. For the Vanozzis, jousters for 3 generations, their neighborhood's honor is at stake. For the people of Arezzo, the giostra is everything. It comes from the heart. When we hear the giostra drums beat, our blood starts to boil up. But before they get all fired up, all the neighborhoods, like the red and greens of Porto Crucifera here, have to prepare and get dressed. Even the local worthies, like Rector Aldo Brunetti, undertake the serious business of preparation with pride. Look how passionate our lads are about getting dressed. They're all chomping at the bit to take part. Then there are our main men, the giostratori, Alessandro Vanozzi and Daniele Gori, who lifted us up to heaven when they won last year, and we're going to try and stay there this year. Being in heaven does wonders. But to stay up in heaven, they will need to win the Golden Lance, the much-coveted trophy of the Giostra del Saracino, the Saracen joust that recreates the historic tournaments of old. In a highly charged atmosphere on one of the finest squares in Italy, the 4 neighborhoods vaunt their colors and cheer their knights on as they head for the dummy's target shield. In under 5 seconds, the rider must launch his horse at a gallop and keep the straightest line possible to hit the highest score with his lance over 3 meters long. The points from 1 to 5 are very hard to win. The first jouster sets the tone for a particularly spicy competition under the watchful eye of the grand judge. The first rider from Porta del Foro has scored 4 points. Two sets of 4 horsemen are on the program, and at the end of the first series, the 4 neighborhoods are neck and neck. All have hit the 4, very close to the 5, the ultimate score. This year, the standard is very high indeed. Alessandro's turn comes with the outcome still undecided. His father, acting as his equerry, is with him, trying to calm a jittery mare. A bit too jittery, perhaps. Just a hair's breadth from tragedy, but Alessandro gets straight back to the tournament. There's too much at stake, and he feels that things may just go his way. And he's off. .93 seconds for a dream of a gallop with the clear impression of having hit the bullseye, the unattainable 5, the synonym of victory. Let's listen to the grand judge. The second rider from Porta Crucifera has scored 5 points. Heaven again! Alessandro is carried in triumph, and the Golden Lance handed over to the red and green neighborhood. Arezzo's main square has a new king, cool, strong, and modest. All I can say is that I didn't really aim for the 5. It's too pretentious to go for the 5 when you're the second rider. If you miss it, everything's lost. But Alessandro didn't miss, and Arezzo's cathedral turns into a circus, something unthinkable elsewhere. And now we'll wait for next year's Giostra. What happened? Just a minute ago it was the 14th century. 1 minute I'm the Duke of Marlborough, the next I'm a dude from Malibu. Holy, Back to the Future. These guys are out of control. Look at them. Would somebody please put these guys on a bicycle first? There ought to be a law against this. And in Indiana, there is. But on Monday morning, they'll be back. The ones who've survived, bagging celery and doing your taxes. The Weekend Warriors. Balance can become a problem once you have water in your ears. If they were smart, which they're not, these surfers would try to cover their ears with their hands. Plus, if they did that, they wouldn't have to hear the laughter. You'll be glad to know that not one of the surfers you've seen is a certified instructor. Not a one. Singapore's Changi Airport is keeping passengers riveted to the departure lounge with the world's first airport game show. It may look like any other game show on television across the world. What's Your Range comes complete with a gregarious host, a brightly lit stage, special player seats equipped with handheld consoles, and of course, prizes. But there's one difference. This game show takes place in an airport. Shanghai Airport is one of Asia's busiest airports, with more than 350 flights arriving and departing every day. Mr. Fu Sek Mi, in charge of customer relations for the Civil Aviation Authority of Singapore, says that the game was conceived primarily as entertainment for passengers. This is because more than 30% of the travelers spend more than 2 to 4 hours in the airport. Besides giving them a chance to shop and actually use the facilities, it was thought that these activities would actually help to entertain them. And the feedback has shown that they really do enjoy themselves. There are many people that actually check in early and come to the airport to play this game. Passengers are asked to fill in forms to sign up to play in the game show, and enthusiasm is high.
Your time starts now.
CAAS spent $1 million developing the What's Your Range game from scratch. The game has already attracted many thousands of participants. Participants are given 10 general knowledge questions during the 25-minute game. Questions to tickle tired travelers include: how many characters are there in the English alphabet? In a triples game of lawn bowls, how long does a game last? How many bags of wool did Baba Black Sheep give away? Up to 50 contestants punch in their range of answers to each question and stand to fly off with more than $1,000 in airport shopping vouchers. Margarita Pavlova, a recent immigrant to Australia, won 200 Singapore dollars while playing to pass the time. Travelers can take part in the 12 games daily after they have made a purchase at any airport shop. As soon as one game show is over, the next round of passengers lines up to try their luck at What's Your Range? And so far, none is reported to have missed their flights.
Daniel? Yeah.
Why you point me in the wrong direction? Harrod Blank is mad for photography, really mad. American artist Harrod cruises the streets in his van with 2,000 cameras. His subjects, you and me. Say cheese! Here we are in London. This vehicle could come straight out of the imagination of a certain Q and belongs to a famous British secret agent. But in reality, it belongs to an American artist who is passing through the United Kingdom, Mr. Harrod Blank. And the least that can be said for him is that he doesn't go unnoticed. The van is an old 1972 Dodge. What makes it so special is that Harrod has covered it with 2,000 cameras and several hundred flashes. It's known as the camera van.
That's fantastic, out of this world.
10 of the cameras, placed at different points on the van, actually work. Harrod, who knows exactly where they are, can set them off by remote control from his driving seat.
And they work. Wouldn't you know it, they work, so that means you better look good. So keep a smile on your face and say cheese. Nice shot, sir!
Yeah.
Woo! Thank you.
I look for a good shot in one of the perspectives of the cameras. So, for example, I have a camera mounted here on the outside. This is my viewfinder, right here. If I can see through here, I know I can take the picture with this blue button right here. So I look for a good shot. Like right here is a guy cleaning the street. There, I just took his picture. It's that quick and that easy. At the rear, if I look in the monitor, I can see what's behind me. So right there, you see the guy? I hit the yellow button and I get the shot in the back. Now if I want to take a shot of this driver here, I use the red button here on this side.
Harrod dreamed of such a van, and now he has made one. In his dreams, Harrod had imagined this incredible machine down to the smallest detail. What excited him the most was including a few real working cameras in among the others. Surprise is guaranteed. Harrod uses this element of surprise in order to fulfill his artistic quest of capturing the innocence that is hidden in each one of us, no matter what our age, sex, or race.
This is a person who is in the moment of trying to define what it is he's seeing. He's never seen a car covered with cameras, and he doesn't know what it is. So that's why his eyes are looking. They're looking for an answer. And I feel motivated to shoot these pictures to capture human beings in the moment of trying to figure out what is they're seeing. I think it's interesting. It's like children seeing something for the first time. And that's what I'm trying to capture.
Chance is an essential factor in Harrod's work. Centering the shot and setting off the camera are inevitably approximate. The rolling photo is often thrown away, but of course, sometimes miracles happen.
Hey,
Hi, Mom.
Harrod, how you doing?
All right.
No, he's not normal, but I wouldn't have expected something normal. Being that I'm not exactly normal myself. It's a little bit eccentric, and he meets a lot of eccentric people, which I myself really like, and he does as well, because everybody has their own story, and everybody is very interesting. But he loves to give something to the people as well, to cause them to react in that way.
London is just a warm-up for Harrod. Now he wants to wander around the streets of Europe before heading off to Asia to capture the innocence of new models. The flavors of his ice cream might be straightforward, but it's the way Apachart Chart sells them that makes his ice cream stall one of the most popular around. Apichart's preparation for work must be unique among ice cream salesmen the world over. He dresses in a black silk suit designed for martial arts before praying. His sales technique is original as well. Serve your ice cream in a kung fu style that guarantees entertainment, as well as a cool sweet dessert for the residents of Nakhon Pathom, a small provincial town 80 kilometers from Bangkok. The Kung Fu style is something Apichart has been perfecting for 15 years outside the town's main Buddhist temple. It involves tossing scoops of ice cream in the air and twirling around, catching the ice cream in a bowl behind the back or under the arm, all against a background of traditional music. And his customers agree, with some of them returning dozens of times to watch and enjoy the show. Apichart's fascination with martial arts dates back to his childhood, when his parents would tell him stories about Chinese folk heroes and their mastery of karate or kung fu. He has been practicing the arts for the last 20 years. The flamboyant salesman enjoys audience participation as well, flinging scoops of ice cream across the main square where hungry passers-by try to catch it in a bowl or even straight to their mouths. It just goes to show that a little imagination can turn a mundane sales job into a source of entertainment and joy. We always like closing with some kind of heartwarming cliche, and I think we just topped ourselves. See you next time, Weirdaholics.